Hey, what's happening, everybody? Hey, today we're going to do a video of three men, former baseball players. And I'll tell you a quick rundown. I was on the way back, on the back side of my road trip with my family this past year. And we were in Indianapolis for a couple of days. And so we were on our way back home. A few more stops on the way. We really had a tight itinerary. But I got up early and I did some exploring on the internet. And I found a ball player buried in Indianapolis. Absolutely had to get there. So I got my family up early and we hit the road. So we're going to go to Floral Park Cemetery in Indianapolis and see one of the all-time greatest players ever, and a couple other gentlemen that are buried there. So let's hit the road, Floral Park Cemetery. Let's go take a look. Now, as you go to the left field corner of this cemetery, we come up to the great Oscar Charleston. Now, Oscar Charleston joined the Army. He lied about his age when he was 15 years old, and they sent him to the Philippines, where he played on the Negro League team there. And after he got out of the service at 18 years old, he went back to his hometown, Indianapolis, where he joined and was the star center fielder of the Indianapolis ABCs. Now, Charleston played and managed for many teams during his long career. It was the 1935 Pittsburgh Crawfords that has gone down as one of the greatest teams of all times, which of course included himself, Judy Johnson, Cool Papa Bell, and Josh Gibson. And that team ranks right up there with the 27 Murderers Row Yankees, without a question. Now, Charleston's skills, all-around skills, made him one of the greats by those who saw him and those who played against him. White or black, it didn't matter. He is all over history books and the internet from his peers saying this guy truly was one of the greats of all time. And if he had played a 154 game season like they did back then in the big leagues throughout his career, I think he would have had some numbers that were probably unreachable. Now, for me personally, Satchel is my favorite as far as the Negro League players, but in my opinion, the greatest of them all is, without a question, in my mind, Oscar Charleston. Now, I think I mentioned earlier he had a long career. He played, managed, or scouted from 1915 to 1954. Now, that's a long career. Oscar Charleston died of a stroke in 1954, and he was only 57 years old. Now, honoring Oscar Charleston, the city of Indianapolis named a park after him. The Society of American Baseball Research named their Indianapolis chapter after Oscar Charleston. He was also inducted into the Indiana Baseball Hall of Fame, and in 1976 he was inducted into the Major League Baseball Hall of Fame. Oscar Charleston is without a doubt on Baseball and Graveyard's 40-man roster. I hope you enjoyed that little discussion about Oscar Charleston, the great Oscar Charleston. Before we finish our stroll through the cemetery, I want to get to opening up this Topps Chrome Blaster, and we're going to see what's inside. Now, just as you go into the cemetery on the left-hand side, you'll walk up this sidewalk here and you'll see some of these burial sites. You walk in between the hallway here and head up to the upper deck, and there we'll find George Orme. Now, George played in 4 games for the Boston Red Sox in 1920, going 2 for 6. Let's see what we got in here, and then we'll carry on. Anything from Juan Soto I like. Now, George was very active playing and managing in the minor leagues, and he actually put up some pretty good numbers. Now, from there, he worked as an iron worker until his retirement in 1957. So let's get to this pack and we'll continue and finish up with Mr. Orme. See where we're at. I gotta work on my setup here. I can see the names aren't as clear as they should be. I don't think I have the proper lighting in here is my biggest problem. Christian Pache. But that's the issue. But anyway, George died of a heart attack while playing cards, possibly a game of tag war, in 1962. Yeah, I definitely have to apologize for the lighting. We're trying to work the kinks out. I think I mentioned that in my last video. And I'm just going to continue to try to get better at going through this and displaying these cards when I do open them on camera, which I want to do a lot of. We'll do one more before we carry on to our next and our last ball player. We want to remind you to go to rickwood.com and try to support Rickwood Field, trying to keep that field alive. It's very nice there. Let's see if this is numbered. It is 190 out of 350. Yoda Moncada. Very nice. So our next player is John White, who is also known as Jack White. Now, he had one career game at the big league level. He played left field for the Boston Beaneaters, and that was on June 26, 1904. He went 0 for 5 with a run. Jack White passed away in 1963 at the age of 85. But anyway, I appreciate you watching my videos. I'm going to continue to try to do one a week or one every other week. That's our second Ryan Mountcastle. I'll go through the best ones I pulled when we're all done here. Anyway, I was mentioning Rickwood Field. Go to rickwood.com. You can buy some merchandise. Check out the history of that field. If you like baseball, and if you like baseball fields and history, then you have to know about Rickwood. If you don't, then you've got to educate yourself a little bit more. That's all I can say. Another Juan Soto to finish off. Very nice. Well, here are my favorite pulls, and I didn't mention my boy India here. I'm waiting tonight. We're on November 10th, and we're waiting to hear word that he won the Rookie of the Year in the National League, which we expect. And I will tell you, my local baseball card shop, I told him at the end of April, this is the guy to watch out for. And the Reds are my team, and clearly could see this guy had something special. And got my guy's attention, and I'm not sure if he ended up buying a bunch of his cards or not, but I think my boy's going to pull it off. Here's a couple of those Serpias, the Mountcastle I really like. And we got some pinks. Is that a shimmer or what they call that? But that's the one that was numbered. And the other Mountcastle. And then here's our pinks we got. One's a Juan Soto, which I do collect and I'm a big fan of. I think he is absolutely on track to be a Hall of Famer and get 3,000 hits, which is harder to do now. These guys are going to college for 2, 3, 4 years. And when you don't come into the big leagues till you're 24, 25. It's just about impossible to get 3,000 hits. But Soto's on track. He came in early. That's it for tonight.